Hello, hello. My name is Craig. Welcome to Qigong class. Class will begin in a couple minutes. Hope you can hear me clearly. Those who are catching this live or through the replay, hope you can see me clearly too. I know this is a pretty bright and white room, but I'm wearing dark to contrast. So, welcome. I want to take time to say happy anniversary to Toiva today, whether you're watching this live or through the replay. Today is April 20th, 2021. It's the 7th year anniversary for Toiva. So that's pretty cool. But let's begin transitioning to the Qigong class. For those who are new to this practice and wonder what's going to happen, I am going to be facilitating a Qigong practice. Qigong, which means working with cultivating energy. Qi means energy. Gong means to work with. We'll be taking an opportunity to engage in gentle movement, to engage in massage, stretching, tapping, to help bring us into the present moment, shift our state, to listen to ourselves. Qigong is an energy practice. It's a self-care and wellness practice. It's an opportunity to listen to yourself, to shift your attention from your thoughts into more of your body, the present moment. So we're going to use this class as an opportunity to play, explore. And class will begin in just one moment, 1 minute specifically. Here's the agenda for the class. So for the next 5 minutes, we'll be doing what is called aligning the 3 treasures, also known as the 3 adjustments. And the 3 treasures are body, breath, and mind. It's just a way so we can get the most of our Qigong practice. It's a way for us to ground, check in with our body, our breath, our mind, and get them aligned. After that, we'll go into our 5 standard movements. That pretty much comprises the first half class, the first 30 minutes. Then for the second half of class, I'm going to start with some tapping. Tapping will be, let's say, 3 minutes. Then we'll move into some stretching. And for the remaining class, which will probably be about 20 minutes, we'll engage in slow, gentle movements that coordinate the body with the breath. Some based on what we observe and experience through nature. So cloud movements, movements that involve the moon, the sun. And lastly, we'll end with this short standing meditation. And that's what we have for the agenda. As you see, I'm standing. You can do this practice standing. You can do this practice seated. You can alternate between the two. You can lay down. This practice is your practice. Take your time. Listen to yourself. Take breaks. Pause. See what works for you. See what fits for you. If you see me doing any movements, you want to alter them for yourself. You might have an injury. Again, we all have different body types. This is your practice. Modify, alter, do what serves you. So now we're going to jump into the practice. And I've given that introduction. We're going to align the 3 treasures. For those who are standing, if you like, you can bring your feet together. Just noticing how that feels. And let's just take an opportunity. Just notice how you are feeling in this current moment. Just being with that. How do you feel? And let's take a time to just check in with our environment. Do we have enough space to move, to bring out our hands overhead, out to the sides, forwards, backwards? I do not think I'll be doing too many stepping movements, but always helps to be able to step forward and backwards if that's something that you would like to have, you would like to do. Just noticing how that feels. As you're doing and engaging with the practice, always take time to check in with yourself. How am I feeling? How am I doing? If you notice any points during the practice you feel any acute, strong pain, please stop. Qigong is not about pain. It's about healing, wellness, being with your and cultivating energy. So let's continue aligning the three treasures, continuing with the body. So notice your feet flat on the ground, connected to the earth. Noticing how that feels. Noticing how you are supported by the earth in this moment. Noticing how the texture of the ground feels, how the weight is distributed between both feet. See if you notice the temperature of the ground. And let's continue aligning the body. If you'd like, you can shift the weight into the right foot and then step out with the left. I know I haven't mentioned this before, but I'll be mirroring you through this practice. So when I say lift up your, let's say, left arm, even though it'll be my right arm, I want to make sure this practice is easy for you to connect with. So that's how we'll be doing this practice. So let's continue aligning the body. Let's check in with the knees. If you'd like, you can lock and gently unlock the knees, slight bend in the knees. Let's check in with the pelvis. Pubic bone is tilted upwards. So the tailbone is tucked underneath the spine. Let's check in with the arms. Arms are just hanging down like ropes. Soft by the sides. Slight bend in the elbows. Palms can be open. Fingers can be spread apart. Chest is open. And we can take an opportunity to do some exercises to release tension in the shoulder and the neck. So you can follow along. I'll do shoulder shrugs. I'll do 3 shoulder shrugs, and then we'll take some time to do some rotations and movements in the neck. So if you like, you can inhale and shrug your shoulders up to your ear. And then exhale, release, and allow your shoulders to drop. Let's do that 2 more times. One more time. Let's take time to just gently move our neck. So we can start just looking to the right. Then looking to the left. And we can do that one more time for each side. Back over to the right. Back over to the left. Then bring your head to center. And let's just move the head up and down gently. So gazing upward. Then bring the chin to the chest, gazing down. One more time. Up and down. Bring the head back to center. And let's take some time. Just do circling neck rotations. We'll just do 1 circle for each side. So we allow the chin to drop the chest, allow the nose to circle. And then reverse the movement. Bring the head back over the spine, back over the heart. We'll finish up aligning the body, checking in with the head. We can just imagine that there's a string coming down from the sky, the ceiling to the top of the head, pulls us upright. Yet we're just loose and hanging from the string. Let's check in with our eyes. Eyes can be open or half gaze, whatever allows you to be comfortable during this practice. Check in with the brow and the jaw. Just see if you can notice any tension there. Bring kindness and compassion to that tension. Checking in with the mouth. Mouth can be in the form of a smile, that feels good for you. And the tongue can be relaxed or it could be connected to the roof of the mouth and touching the back, the two front teeth that connects energy pathways in the body. And now that we've aligned the body, let's move into aligning the breath. You can engage in natural breathing, whatever allows you to feel good, bring awareness to the breathing. Or you can follow along with the practice of Dantian breathing, also known as belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. And to demonstrate, I'll just bring the left hand to the abdomen. As you inhale, as the lungs fill, the navel moves away from the spine. As you exhale, the lungs empty, the abdomen softens, the navel moves closer to the spine. So one more time, inhale, lungs fill, abdomen expands, exhale, abdomen softens, lungs empty, on the exhale. All right. And now that we have aligned the body and the breath, let's move into aligning the mind. So for this practice, let's set an intention to be and come back to the present moment. The present moments where we have our power, our healing building ability to notice and bring about the power and our agency in this moment. We don't have the ability to change the past, and we don't know what's going to happen truly in the future, but in the present, we can notice how we're feeling. We have the ability to heal. All right. Now that we have aligned the body, the breath, the mind, let's start off with these movements. Let's start off with full body breathing. So with our arms relaxed down by the side, we're going to begin. We're going to inhale and draw the hands up towards the sky. We're going to exhale the hands out down by the side. And we're going to restart the movement. Inhale, hands draw up. Lungs fill with air. Exhale, hands flow out by the side. Hands flow down. Going at your own pace. Modify the movement for your body. Let's do 2 more repetitions in this direction. And as I'm finishing the last repetition in this direction, I'm going to begin transitioning to reverse the movement. So now I'm going to inhale the hands up by the side. And exhale the hands down in front of the body. Noticing how that feels. And noticing how you feel. So inhale, hands up by the side. Exhale the hands down in front of the body. Let's do this movement 3 more times. I'll do one more repetition on my end. And we'll just pause before we transition to the next move. Just allowing your hands to just hang down by the side and noticing how you feel. Noticing your breath without changing it. Checking in with your feet, noticing how you connect to the earth. And we're going to begin the next movement. We're going to bring our hands by the dantian, successfully beneath the navel. So the palms are going to be turned up. Fingers are going to be pointed towards each other with a little space in between. Noticing how that feels. And let's begin the movement. We're going to inhale the hands up. And at the heart, we're going to turn the hands over, palms face down, and exhale, allow the hands to flow down. And we're going to restart the movement. Turn the palms back up. Inhale, draw the hands up. Flip the hands over, exhale. Restarting the movement. Inhale. Exhale. What do you feel? What do you sense? What allows you to connect with your environment, whether it's internal or external? Noticing if there's anything coming up for you, any images coming up for your mind's eye, any sensations you're noticing in your hand. What allows you to be present in this moment? Let's do one more repetition, and we will then transition to the next gesture. So when you find yourself just lowering your hands down, we're going to transition to the next gesture, which is a heart opening gesture. So we're now going to inhale our hands back up to the heart. And let's just imagine that we're holding a ball between our two hands. Fingers are going to be pointed up. Palms are facing each other. Hands are by the chest, the heart. Noticing how that feels. And now we're going to extend our hands out in front of the body. Slight bend the elbows. And we're going to begin the next movement. So we're going to inhale, allow the hands to open up. You have a stretch in the chest, and you can gaze upwards. Then exhale, breathe out, look forward. Bring the hands back close together, but not touching. Let's restart the movement. Inhale, open up, feel the stretch, look up. Exhale, release, turn the hands, look forward. Modify the movement, go at your own pace. Let's do 2 more repetitions. Noticing if you feel anything between your hands. No worries if you do not. One more time. As you complete the movement, it's going to keep our arms extended out from the chest, palms facing each other. And we're going to transition to just a moment of play, exploration, free expression. So just imagine that you're holding a ball between the 2 hands and see how you'd like to move that ball, play with that ball. So it could be rotations, you're rotating the ball. See how that feels. Or maybe you're imagining that you can expand the ball as you open the hands out apart. As you bring the hands together, you can make the ball get smaller and contract. Or maybe you like to just move the ball around. Whatever would feel good to you, listening to yourself, listening to your body. Letting yourself move in the way you feel like moving. And let's bring this moment of free expression and play to a close. Let's return our hands back to that starting position. Hands are extended out from the chest, slight bend in the elbows. We're going to transition to the next gesture. We're going to turn the palms, they're facing the chest, fingers are pointing toward each other. We're going to inhale, draw the hands in towards the chest. And we're going to exhale, allow the hands to trace over the body down the torso. As the hands flow down, we're now going to swivel the palms around. And we're going to inhale with the palms facing up. Drawing the hands up to shoulder height. Then turn the palms over, exhale, allowing the hands to flow down. And the hands can flow down past the body. Turn the palms back up, inhale. Drawing them back up to shoulder height. Turn the palms over, exhale. Allowing the hands to flow down. As always, this is your practice. Noticing what feels good for you. And there are many variations to this movement called flowing motion. I'll do a few of the variations. I'll start off with shifting forward and backwards on the bottom of the feet. As you end up flowing down. Let's start off the first variation. As you inhale, shift weight into the front of the foot. Turn the palms over, exhale, shifting the weight into the back of each foot. So as you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift backwards. A lot of nerve endings at the bottom of each foot. This way, it's like giving yourself a foot massage. If you want to make this more of a balance challenge, next time you turn your palms over, allow the hands to flow down, you can shift the weight to the bottom of the feet and lift the toes up. As you inhale, you can rise up onto the ball of each foot. lifting up the heels. As you exhale, lift the toes, weight is in the heels. As you inhale, lift the heels, weight is in the ball in front of each foot. This is variation, this is optional. No, might not be available to everybody. So we'll transition to the next variation in a moment. You can begin now. We'll bring the feet together and step them apart. So next time you're inhaling both hands up, bring the left foot to the right foot. Turn the palms over, left foot steps away from the right. Inhale, right foot steps towards left foot. Exhale, right steps away from left. And you continue to alternate between both feet. And this variation can incorporate other variations. So maybe you like to keep most of the weight in one foot. You do that. Maybe you want to make this a balance practice. You want to lift one foot into the air as you're doing this. And this is all optional. Or maybe you want to engage in rising and sinking. So as you're stepping both feet away from each other, you can sink. Inhale, rise back up. Sink. Noticing what feels good. Let's do one more pass on each side. And then we'll do 3 more passes standing still, feet flat on the ground. So just inhale, letting hands float up with the feet planted. Exhale, hands flow down. Just do 2 more times, your own pace. And now that you finished those 3 repetitions, we're going to transition into shaking. So shaking, also known as cooking chi, or shake the tree, just a way of just vibrating, bouncing, shaking in a way that feels good for you. So you can start off light, or just jump right into it. So I'm just going to start with shaking the hand and letting that shaking move into the rest of my body. You can follow suit. And as always, do what feels good for you. So you can shake it however you feel. You can shake from shifting weight from side to side. Just imagine that you're just loose. You can imagine that someone is pouring a giant bucket of feathers on you, and you're just trying to shake them off. And there are other ways to shake. You can jump up and down. I only have so many jumps in me. You can pump your heels. You can lift up your leg. whatever would feel good for you. And another practice we like to incorporate with shaking is called breathing breaths. Breathing breaths is just a way of releasing stress, tension audibly, vocally through the breath. And we'll do 3 breathing breaths with this shaking practice. The way we do it is when I say inhale, we're taking a deep breath. And on the exhale, we let the sound, the sigh, breath, vocalization, something that feels good to you. We'll do 3. And you can follow along. My breathing breaths come out like sighs, yawns. So we can begin. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. All right, that is breathing breaths. Let's finish off shaking. We'll do the closing shaking sequence. So let's bring the hands out by the sides. Let's bring the hands up overhead. Let's bring the hands up in front of the body. Let's bring the hands behind the body. Let's bring the hands by the sides, fingers pointing down, connected to the ground. And if it's available to you, you can bend at the knees, get close to the ground. And for the last 20 seconds of shake, however you'd like to shake. Maybe you want to do a high vibration shake, or just slow down. But you can begin to slow down and bring the shaking practice to the close in the next 10 seconds. And if it's available to you, you can come to stillness. Stillness is not something you feel comfortable with. An alternative is swaying, where you're moving from right to left, or rocking, where you shift front to back. But if you are able to come to stillness, see if you can notice sensations, tingling, noticing what's happening in your body. See if you can check in with your internal environment. But if that's not available, check in with your external environment, bringing awareness to your senses, your eyesight, your hearing, taste, touch, smell. What are you noticing in this moment? So we're just going to be present, take a pause, just be with that for the next 45 seconds. For those who are able to connect with sensations, with energy, you can bring your hands to your body. Noticing what feels good for you right now. We'll do this for another 10 seconds, then we'll transition to the second half class, which will begin with tapping. This transition, we'll do a really short tapping practice, just take a couple minutes. We'll just begin tapping the chest and move to the arms. And we'll do the lower back and the legs and finish it up with just gently tapping the head. So, and also tapping is something that doesn't feel great for you. An alternative, or 2 alternatives, can be massaging instead of tapping, or tracing, having your hands hovering over the spot, the area that we are tapping. So we can begin. You can follow along. And as always, this is your practice. Do what feels good to you. Again, we'll have different bodies, different type of feelings, and we can vary intensity. So do what feels comfortable for you. So I'm going to start off with tapping the chest. I'm going to make soft fists. Just gently tap chest. Move from in and out, up and down. And circle around if that feels good. Noticing that this is your chest. And we're going to transition to tapping down the arms. So let's extend the right arm. And we'll start from tapping down the shoulder, tapping down the inner arm with the left hand. Turn the palm over, tapping up the outer arm. Let's do this 2 more times for a total of 3 times. And let's transition. We're going to start with the right hand tapping the left side. And we'll tap down the left arm, starting from the shoulder, going down the inner arm, turning the palm over, tapping up the outer arm. Do this 2 more times, again for a total of 3 times. All right. Now you tap down the arms, the chest. We're going to transition to tapping the lower back, the kidney area, and then tapping down the back of the legs and up the inner legs. All right. So if you want, you can make soft fists or just use the palm of your hands, whatever feels good. You can just begin tapping the lower back, tapping there the kidneys, a lot of energy in the kidneys. You can tap in circles or whatever feels comfortable for you. Or you can massage or trace. Always options. And we're going to transition to tapping down the back legs, tapping up the inner legs. You can use your palms for that, whatever feels good. So tapping down the back of the legs, tapping the front of the foot, and then tapping up the inner legs. And we can do this 2 more times for a total of 3 times. Right, and one last area to go through, just gently tapping the top of the head. And again, you can imagine that your hands, your fingers, they're raindrops, you just gently tapping. You can start from the front, move to the back, get the sides of the head, just being gentle. Just light stimulation. As always, you can massage or trace over the head too. And just do this for 5 more seconds. And sliding hands, just release, drop down. And that's our tapping practice. We'll move into some practices that are ways to stretch and release tension in the body. Let's take some time to do some hip rotations. So you can bring your hands to the lower back or the waist, and it will take some time to just rotate the hips around. Just circle the hips, carry a lot of tension there, especially if we're sitting. Hips gonna end up tight. And we'll do 4 circles in one direction and then reversing direction, reversing the circle. So when you've done 4 circles in one direction, you can reverse the movement. one more circle on my end. All right. When you're all set, just return to center, allowing the hands to release down. We're going to bring the hands back together. There's two ways to do this move. I just want to release tension in the wrists. You can do both ways. You can just bring hands together, clasp the hands, and just circle the wrist one direction. Let's say 4 circles in one direction, then reverse it. And the other way is just allowing your wrists to just drop and just circle. Do 4 circles in one direction, then reverse it. All right. And let's transition to some spinal exercises that warm up and open the spine. Favorite of mine is spinal cord breathing, and I'll transition into knocking on temple gong, the heavenly door, and that's a way of warming up the spine through spinal twisting. So let's begin with spinal cord breathing. What you can do is allow the hands to float up, and you can open. As you open the chest, the elbows draw down. You can slightly gaze up, or just look forward, but it feels good. And then you can bring your forearms and elbow together, tuck the chin in, round the back, tuck in the tailbone, look down. And we can begin to open up the chest, arch the upper back, and exhale if you like. Bring the arms together, tuck the chin in, round the upper back. Let's do this 3 more times. And one more time. And if you like, you can just reach up towards the sky and just allow your hands to just flow down by the sides. All right, we're going to transition to, as I mentioned before, knocking on the door of life, or also known as knocking on the temple gong. And this is also known as spinal twisting. So what we're going to do is just begin turning at the waist, allowing the hands to just flow, follow the body. Feet can be planted on the ground, or you just lift the heel up, the opposite heel in the direction you're moving in. If you like, if it's available to you, you can begin tapping the body. Front hand taps lower abdomen, back hand taps lower back. If you want to engage your legs a little bit more, you can widen your stance, go from side to side. A lot of options and variations for this movement. We'll just do this for a few more passes, and then we'll transition to water waves, where just allow the hands to just flow out. Imagine the hands are moving through current. So you can just allow your hands to just flow off the body. You're still turning, but now you imagine that you're moving the hands through water. Could be a stream, could be an ocean, but you're just imagining that you're moving your hands through water. Noticing how that feels. What do you sense? What do you see? We'll do this for a few more passes. And one more pass for each side. movement will end as we're bringing our hands over to the left side. You can allow the hands just to return to the sides, sitting down, noticing how that feels. All right. Now you can transition to some gentle, slow, flowing movement. I'll start off with parting clouds, but there's many variations. I'll do a variation I don't normally do, and we'll explore it. So, one of the ways you typically see me do parting clouds where we cross the arms, but I won't be having you do that. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands by the waist, and we're just going to inhale the hands up, flip the palms, press up and out, and just connect the hands at the waist. Inhale up, flip the palms, put out, exhale. Let's see how that feels. So when the palms face up, you're going to inhale the hands up in front of the body, flip the palms, exhale, press out, circle the hands around, you're pressing and parting the clouds. So inhale, flip the hands, let's do this 3 more times at your own pace, speed. Do one more. Allow the hands to slow down, just pause for a brief moment before we transition to the next exercise. You can even wiggle your fingers, check in with your feet connected to your earth, noticing your breath without changing it. Just again, noticing where your attention is, engaged and connected to the present moment. All right. Going to move into the next gesture. And what we'll do, it's called butterfly. And I believe I did this last practice, but I still like bringing it into this practice. We can have the palms connect together by the heart. And what we'll do, we'll just slightly sink, and it will allow the left hand to drop and the right hand to press across to one side. Then we'll bring the hands back to center. And now we'll allow the right hand to drop, the left hand presses across to the right side. Bring both hands back to the center. You can sink at the center, and press out. And the back hand can just go to the lower back. if you're looking for a breathing practice, you can inhale, bring the hands back to center. Exhale, press the hands away from each other. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do this 2 more times. 1 more pass for each side. Bring both hands back to center. And noticing how that feels. If you like, you can take in a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale out a sigh. Allow the hands to flow down. And we'll transition to the next movement. But noticing how you feel. Noticing what you sense in your hands. Noticing what you sense in your feet. And we'll move into the next gesture, which will be big circle. Keep these circle movements going. I believe I did this 2 classes ago. Another favorite practice of mine. We'll do this a few times for each hand. So what we'll do, with both hands, arms hanging down, we're going to allow the right hand to float up to about shoulder height. Palms out. And we're just going to make a big circle with each hand. Allow the palm to face down. We're going to exhale, allow the hand to drop. Circle around. If you like, you can inhale, hand up, around. Exhale, hand drops down and around. And the palm can be facing the direction of travel. And the idea behind this movement is to have the movement being led by your core. So as the hand floats down, you can even sink down. Shift the weights. Rise up. As the hand floats up. So we'll do 2 more repetitions. Then we'll transition to do the big circle with the left hand. And I'm just finishing up the final repetition, so when you find yourself extend the right hand out, just turn the palm down. Allow the hand to flow down. Just soft and hang down by the right side. We're now going to extend out the left hand, turn the palm, facing down. We're going to do 5 big circles with the left hand. So you can begin, allow it to flow down. You can exhale, that feels good. As you're drawing the hand up and around, you can inhale. And exhale. Going at your own pace and speed. Let's do this 3 more times. Noticing if you sense anything in your hands. No worries, you do not. Just bring your awareness to the present moment. We'll do one more circle on the left side. And when you find your hand turning to the left side, you extend it all the way out. Turn the palm down on the exhale. Just slow down and hang by the left side. Noticing how that feels. All right, you got about 5 more minutes before class ends. I'll transition to a favorite practice of mine, cloud hands. Um, then we'll do a standing meditation, and that'll be pretty much it for class. But thanks again for following along. Hope this is supporting you in your ability to be present, connected to yourself, engaging in movement, and allowing yourself to create an environment that can allow you to heal and, again, be compassionate. So let's transition to cloud hands. We can just begin from shifting from right to left, noticing how that feels. Noticing how the weight feels as we move from one side to another. And let's transition, move to the right side. Right hand palm, close to about waist height, palm is facing down. We'll drop the left hand. Palm can be eye height or chest height. Palm is facing toward us. We're going to imagine that the top hand is a cloud, the bottom hand can be the shadow of the cloud, or just tracing water underneath the cloud. Whatever feels good for you, whatever connects you to this present moment. And we're going to begin this movement by turning at the waist, the arms follow. And we're going to bring the hands all the way to the left side. We're going to switch the position of the hands. Right hand floats up, the left hand drops down. And we're beginning again, turning back to the right side. The hands are clouds moving through the air. Keeping your attention on the clouds as you turn and shift. Engage in natural breathing, or maybe you prefer inhaling in one direction, exhaling another. Notice what feels good for you. Let's do one more pass for each side. And the movement will end as we are bringing both hands over to the left side. You can allow the hands to flow down. And we'll take a minute to do a standing meditation before we close this practice. Always want to make sure I get that standing meditation. And we'll go for the traditional embrace, hug the tree standing meditation. And to follow along and transition to that, with your hands just hanging down by your side, we're just going to allow the arms to just float up to about shoulder, chest height. Turn the hands and fingers are pointing toward each other. Arms are round as if you're hugging a tree. Elbows can be dropped, shoulders can be relaxed and dropped. We're just going to hold this position for 2 minutes, actually just 1 minute, just 60 seconds. If this ends up feeling like too much, you can just drop your hands or drop your hands and bring them back up. Qigong is not about pain or strain. It's being allowing you to connect with your healing ability, connect with your energy. So we'll do this for 30 more seconds. Noticing your connection to the earth, connection to the sky. Noticing your breath without changing it. Noticing your hands. And when you're all set, you can turn your palms so they face down. Allow your hands to flow down. And we're going to begin closing this practice. So what we'll do is we're going to now inhale both hands up, palms facing up towards the sky, circling hands overhead. And you can bring the left foot to the right. And with the hands overhead, you can exhale. Allow the hands to flow down. Imagine you're taking in energy, support, whatever you need from this practice. And we're going to do this movement 2 more times without moving the legs. So inhale, both hands draw up, circle overhead. Exhale, turn the palms towards you. Allow them to flow down. Shower. And we'll do 1 more movement for a total of 3. Gathering, collecting. Allowing the hands to flow down. Taking in what you need. Noticing what you sense and feel. And to completely close this practice, this moment I will not be marrying you. You can follow along as always. You can bring up your right hand on the elbow of my right hand. And we can make a soft fist with the right hand. And the right hand will represent yang energy, energy of the day in action, among so many other things. I'll bring up my left hand, palm is open. And this left hand is going to represent yin energy, energy of the nighttime and relaxation, again, among so many more things. And we're going to bring our left hand and right hand together to combine that yin and yang energy. They're both within each other. So with the left hand covering over the right hand, take this opportunity to bow to yourself for engaging in this Qigong practice, which originated from China, has been practiced for thousands of years. And thank you for checking out this class. Hope it has supported you, facilitated connecting to your healing energy and well-being. And I want to thank Toivo. Happy anniversary, Toivo. I want to thank Darren Drum, Lorelai Chang, Valley Qigong, so many supportive people and teachers and great people in my life that allowed me to share this practice and to stay connected to so many good people. Thank you again. Till next time, live well, be well, and take care.